Thank you, Mr. President. Members, thank you for the discussion tonight. We have before us a bill that Minnesotans never asked for. Back during the election, Democrats outspending Republicans 7-1 brought forward a massive message, making rapid assertions that Republicans were somehow going to ban abortion in Minnesota. They scared Minnesotans into electing them and sending them to the Minnesota legislature. A lie that it was then, a lie that it is today, and the bait and switch of the people of Minnesota took place. That legislature is installed here, and they are bringing to the people of Minnesota their radical agenda, and it's summarized in Senate File and House File 1. We debated that bill here tonight, this morning, yesterday morning, and we went through a lot of different amendments. Members, Mr. President, the people of Minnesota, this bill has no guardrails. This bill has no protections for babies. This bill doesn't even have protections for mothers or girls in it. We brought amendments to bring those guardrails back. We brought amendments to prevent the horrific and barbaric practice of partial birth abortions. That post to the guardrail was snapped right off. We brought an amendment to protect vulnerable adults from being exploited by this bill and the policy that it brings forward. That post on the guardrail was snapped off by the Democrats. We brought an amendment to protect children under 13 so that they weren't sterilized without their parents' notification or consent. They snapped that post off the guardrail too. We brought an amendment to protect girls and women from these predatory abortion vans that are beginning to float around our state. They broke that guardrail off, the post of the guardrail off as well. We brought an amendment to protect women so that abortion facilities were licensed, so that an abortion wasn't performed in the mechanic shop down the road. They snapped that post off the guardrail as well. We brought an amendment to protect babies and women from the horrific practice of saline abortions. And they whacked that post off the guardrail as well. We brought amendments to protect babies at 39 months, at 36 months, at 32 months, all 32 weeks, 36 weeks, 39 weeks. It is late, members. And they snapped those guardrail posts off as well. There were lots of guardrail posts snapped off, and Senator Drazkowski brought it forward. 54 guardrail posts were snapped off by the Democrats as we tried to put those posts, the Republicans, in the ground to protect the women and babies and girls of Minnesota. But they were rejected. The guardrails, members, the guardrails, Mr. President, the guardrails, the people of Minnesota, are gone. We have before us the most extreme abortion bill in the history of our state. Minnesota Democrats, Mr. President, Members, the people of Minnesota are about to enact a policy that will remake the face of Minnesota and turn it into something you don't recognize. We will become the abortion magnet in the upper Midwest. People immigrate here to get abortions. That is the policy that my constituents, that your constituents, members, did not vote for. Mr. President, that's the policy Minnesotans are going to get. The most extreme abortion policy our state has ever seen. Members, it's a sad day here, Mr. President, in Minnesota. We are on a course, because of this bill, to become a dark and cold California. Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator